People are picking Jaron Ennis to beat Xander Zayas coming up June 27th at the Barclays Center in one of the best fights you can make in boxing. But I think they may be overlooking Xander Zayas.
A lot of things that I can take advantage of. I got the speed, I got the power, I got the technique, I got the length, I got the strength, I got the IQ. There's a lot of things I can take into consideration when it comes to breaking down.
I got boots, man.
In what style? You think he's gonna go all 12?
I don't know. Jaron might put on.
Of course, man. Look, at 23 years old, man, he's a unified champ. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in that position, right? And I think he's definitely on the clouds right now. And I think if he can continue that momentum and beat Boots, man, I think the sky's the limit for the kid.
Now, what about Boots? What do you think his best attributes are in the ring?
And he's slick. You know, he's slick, and I think the best attribute about him is that he could create openings off of anything. You know, he does all these little movements that he could find the opening. So I think him being able to create openings off anything, man, I think that's pretty special.
All right, man. Thank you for your time. And once again, who are you giving the advantage to that fight to?
If I'm a betting man, I'm going Boots.
I got Boots, man. And I low-key don't even see a way that Xander's going to be able to deal with Boots. I mean, they say he's going to box him and stuff like that or whatever, but I don't think Zaya's power is really top tier to really keep Boots off. I think Boots is very versatile. I think he'll fight a better fight than the past.
You may be surprised by his performance. I do have Boots winning the fight. I put a little bag on Xander Zayas, though, because of the odds were so crazy. You practically you can't win any money unless you put a huge amount of money down on Boots. And really, what you're going to win is just, you know, y'all get it. The probability of winning and the odds and all those things. It just, you can't really afford it. So I'll put a little money on Xander Zayas to win bigger. But I do have Boots winning, and I think...
I mean, Boots, we still trying to see if Boots, can Boots take the punch? Is Boots really the good? We don't know. We was hoping he fought Virgil Ortiz because we thought Virgil probably could show us, but now it's even better because Xander gonna show us too. Yeah, Xander's not as old as him. Xander hasn't been around as long as him, but Xander's a two-time world champion. What else you want to... And, you know, and he's gonna be big as heck come fight night. What else you want?
For months, everyone assumed this matchup would be a routine showcase of explosive power and unmatched speed, a stepping stone to global stardom. But the moment both men stepped onto the scales, the entire narrative shifted. The supreme confidence radiating from one corner suddenly met a stark physical reality that no amount of training can erase. Now, the boxing world is completely fractured, and the experts who once predicted an early devastating blowout are quietly rewriting their scripts.
Zayas.
50-50. Neither one of them is a puncher.
Okay. 50-50. What do you see there? Why do you say that?
Because I think that neither one of them has the big hammer. They both can crack a little bit. They're supposed to be able to crack at that level, but they don't have the big hammer where they're going to hurt you with any good shot. I think that Boots is a little sharper in his delivery and in his punches. I think he has better combinations. Again, maybe it's experience. I don't know, but neither one of them has the decisive edge on that.
Would you say that Jaron is a little bit more explosive than Xander?
Yeah, a little sharper. His punches come with more bad intentions than Zayas. Zayas more, I'm not gonna say he pushes his punches, but he just doesn't have that snap at the end of him like Jaron does. And Zayas may be the bigger puncher, but because Boots is so explosive and sharp, his maybe take more.
Tonight was a very competitive fight from start to finish. Jaron Ennis came out strong and showed why he's considered one of the best fighters in boxing. We had several exciting exchanges throughout the fight, and there were moments where both of us landed clean shots. I tried to make adjustments as the rounds went on and had some success, but Ennis did a great job staying composed and executing his game plan. The atmosphere was incredible, and I think the fans got to see a high-level boxing match with plenty of action. Even though the result didn't go my way, I'm proud that I kept fighting and gave everything I had inside the ring.
And we won't stop. We always knew we made it. Even though you Xander
Zayas, Jaron Boots Ennis. 12 rounds for the unified WBA Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Natural boxing in association with Top Rank Incorporated and Boots Promotions, live on the Zone from Brooklyn, New York, USA.
Pero no me sueltes, no me quiero dejar que se bajo el suelo. Todo llegará, el día de mi suerte. Que lo juro por dientes, claro que un día llegará. And we won't stop, we always knew the game, even though you failed.
This was a tough fight against a world-class opponent. From the opening bell, both of us were looking to make a statement, which led to some great action for the fans. There were big moments throughout the fight, including several hard exchanges and momentum swings that kept the crowd engaged. I felt I had some strong rounds and landed good shots, but Ennis was able to respond and maintain control in key moments. Credit to him for a great performance. I'll learn from this experience, improve the areas where I need to get better, and come back stronger for my next fight.
You know, it's Xander didn't do any interviews yesterday. I believe his team said for sure he's moving up. So what does that mean for you when being on the opponent's side, when you see that, when you kind of, like, what does that behavior mean?
Well, I've been said that he was too big. He was going to move up anyway. So, you know what I mean? But he's taking a chance, you know what I mean? And he want to be great. So, I mean, like I said, I respect Xander for taking the fight. A lot of guys didn't want to fight me.
Right. Talk about that respect, because he's a unified champion. He's not even just kind of a star alone. He's a unified champ, giving opportunity to a guy that a lot of people didn't want to.
And he didn't have to take the fight. He could have fought somebody else.
Right.
So that's why I respect him. You know what I mean?
Right. With this weight issue that Xander seems to be going through, does that work in the game plan for you? Like maybe more body shots, more movement?
Some people do, some people don't. You know what I mean? Xander, and then you got to look at it. Xander, 23 years old. He's young, man. So it's hard.
That size disparity instantly sparked debate throughout the boxing world. Several insiders pointed to previous fights where the challenger reportedly gained a significant amount of weight after weigh-ins, entering fight night much heavier than his official number suggested. This has led some critics to argue that he is naturally built for a higher division and may simply be cutting down to gain a physical advantage. The concerns became even louder when the favorite's father and trainer publicly addressed the issue after the stare-down. He openly acknowledged the challenge posed by his opponent's size and suggested that this could be the final time the young contender competes at this weight. Whether those concerns prove justified remains to be seen, but the conversation has become impossible to ignore.